everyone, this is Muzamil and I'm the founder at Einstein.com. Now, this blog post is not very textual, but it's an audio thing that I have decided to work on, and this is more about few inspiring words in the situation and current times where uncertainty looms large, and I wanted to help uh, some of the people who are struggling with finding a grounding in the situation right now, because there is a lot of noise, a lot of war, a lot of economical uncertainty, and there is also this AI technology sprawling everywhere, making things more intelligent, and it also creates a question of we as individuals, we as humans, who were more intelligent earlier are being challenged with this new technology emerging. And if you look at in the past, there was always automation happening from the previous history. It's just that the scale and size of this automation is hugely diverse, and the impact is more concentrated with the advent of this thinking mechanism developed in a computer. Now, this is very important because we need to understand that humans have built AI, and AI was built with the entire entire knowledge that have been shared over the web in the last few decades, which is being fed into AI, and this AI is answering through that data that has been collected, and now it is sort of making connections through patterns and recognitions and answering our questions. So it may be intelligent, but the first thing to be competent is not to undervalue or underrate yourself. That is the first premise that we start with in this session. Now, what is competence? I would start with this definition. A competent person is able to shape his reality and drive his actions and thought process in a way that helps him achieve his or her goals. So, a competent person is more clear in his thought process, is directed, and he has a larger aim or a goal that he is striving to achieve. And in that process, he's learning a lot of things, absorbing a lot of knowledgeable material content. He is building upon what was built in the past, yesterday, and today, and preparing for the tomorrow. So these are some of the qualities that a competent person has. He's more driven. He doesn't need a lot of validations to say that, yeah, kind of, now I validate myself because someone said something to me or something is happening. He knows that his approach is solid. He validates a lot of things through his experimentation, which are quite experimentations within himself, and he's more observant. And this is how a competent person acts and behaves. This is not coming only from me, but I've researched over 7 years about what really makes a person competent, and these are some of the qualities that have uh, found to be true. So I'll start listing one by one. I'll list three qualities which are essential. First is awareness. An aware person is very observant. He's kind of not lost into his thought process. He is present He listens carefully, he understands, he watches, he observes, he calculates, he analyzes, and all this is happening in a very quick succession within him. And since he's aware, he's making less and less mistakes. An aware person is more competent, and he is able to drive himself better and efficiently compared to others who are just trying to figure out through a chain of thought process, and they're lost in that chain of thought process instead of being aware in situations where it demands more and more attention controlling mechanism. So they can control. Awareness is nothing but a better control mechanism of your attention. So this is the first quality that I would say. Second is being driven by intent. A competent person is having an aim, a goal, for which he's striving to achieve that goal, and he's improving himself through that process of achieving that goal. He is driven by intent. What is intent? Intent is a mechanism which makes you directed, focused, and purpose. It adds purpose to your actions. When a person is directed by intent, his actions and thoughts and speech has a force to it, and people listen to the person with coming through an intentful approach. So that's very important to be driven by intent. Then the third thing that I would say is having a lot of energy in you. Energy is the primer for doing everything in our life, right? If you have more and more bubbling energy, and you are channeling that energy in the right direction, you are able to achieve the result that you want with less friction, because energy itself creates that opportunity for you to go and take what is yours. So you don't fight for things, rather you claim what is yours without a lot of fuss around the subject, or the idea that you are, or the goal that you are trying to build upon or achieve. So these are the three essential qualities, and I would end this episode over here. This was more of an inspirational episode that I thought would be helpful in the current situation. Remember, history has a lot of automations in the past. Every generation had gone through a certain level of automation being seen in their lifetime, and right now we are in that space. And regardless of era or situation, competence has always been the primary requirement for being able to move through that situation or circumstances to a winning position. I hope you will remember those three qualities to practice in the next week and see for yourself what results it brings to you. And that's all from my end. Thank
An inspiration in for the modern problems and uncertainty in the current times. Being competent is not an option, it is essential, and regardless of any era or situations. Listen to this audio episode that we have from our founder to nourish your mind and attitude.